Hello everyone, Chuck Northside Guy. Today featuring 5 more low number commons from the 1933 Goudey set. These are the tough numbers to collect in the set as opposed to later high series and in later sets. First up in PSA 5 is George Blayholder. Rather ordinary career. Played for the Browns, and as perennial losers, the Browns made it very difficult for George to have a winning season. In fact, his only non-losing season with the Browns was the year before, in 1932. He went 14-14, and he was noted though for popularizing the slider. This pitch was considered by pitchers to ruin the arm, and but he used it quite often. So George Blayholder. Next up in a PSA 5.5 is Muddy Rule. Now, Muddy Rule may be a name lost to the mists of time, but in this era, and he was coming in kind of towards the end of his career by 1933, Muddy had a reputation as a defensive standout catcher, and we have to remember that in the dead ball era, catchers played a big defensive role, given the large number of bunts and stolen base attempts, as well as the difficulty of handling spitball pitchers, which was the dominant pitching theme of his career. He possessed these strong defensive skills, leading the American League catchers in fielding percentage 3 consecutive years and finishing with a .982 career fielding percentage. By 1933, he was back with the Browns. However, he got his start with the Yankees and was present as a catcher during that famous moment when Carl May's pitch hit Ray Chapman on the head, resulting in Chapman's death the next day. Muddy later defended Carl Mays and said that he was innocent of any wrongdoing. Muddy also was a famous and regular battery mate for Walter Johnson. And when Johnson and Muddy worked together, Johnson was notably even more fearsome. So Muddy Rule. All right, next up we have Phil Collins. No, not the singer. Phil Collins. And we have another pitcher here who was with the Phillies in this 1933 season, and had a rather ordinary career. We have a lot of that in these commons. Win-loss record of 80 and 85 losses, ERA of 4.66 in his career. Next up is a Tufts University Law School graduate, believe it or not. Back when college education, let alone a law degree, were very uncommon. We have Hod Ford. Hod had another one of those very ordinary careers that you may not have heard about and disappear, but for the presence of this player on a baseball card. Here he's playing with the Boston Braves. Finished up a career, a 14-year career in which he had 16 home runs, 494 RBIs, and a .263 batting average. Next up is Bill, known as Chalmer, I guess, Sizell. I think that's how you pronounce it. With the Cleveland Indians, infielder. The year before, in 1932, he was 11th in voting for the American League MVP on the strength of a .315 batting average, 98 RBIs, and 184 hits. Couldn't find much else for Bill. A beautiful card. Love that yellow background. Finally, we have, in today's video, we have Dick Bartell. Now, Dick Bartell was known as Rowdy Richard, and that was because he was a fiery player. In 1933, he played for the Phillies, and he also appeared in the 1933 All-Star Game, the first to be played. I didn't know that. So, an unknown name to me. He was highly regarded as a shortstop. He was also a very competent batter, hitting .320 in 1930. And in the 3 years, including this 1933 season, he had seasons of 40 doubles and 100 runs 3 times. So, very competent guy. Well known at the time. I can't believe he had a professional athlete who was 5'9", 160 pounds. You have to remember this was during the Depression and another era. Dick Bartell. Well, thanks everyone for watching as we continue on to feature every card in the 1933 Goudey series. Stay with me. Take care.